Hi guys, I'm Adam Wilbourn from WhatCulture. Adam Cleary is at home waiting for his washing machine to be delivered.
Oh, I'm glad you gave me a heads up about that. And I'm Adam Nicholas from WhatCulture. Hello.
And we are here with your afternoon news. Hashtag good afternoon.
Oh, you can do it too.
Yeah.
I thought it was just him.
Yeah.
Impressive.
When the washing machine's away.
The news will play.
Right, what have we got covered today, Adam Nicholas?
We have got all sorts for you today. We've got WWE Raw Ratings have dropped once again.
Maria Kanellis' response to her husband's request for a WWE release.
Daniel Bryan would like to wrestle. Hey, you'll have to wait.
And Monday Night Raw is saved.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
But first, we start with the news. The WWE have failed once again. And that's it. That's the news.
Yes,
Thank
there
you
we
very
go.
much.
Thanks
Move
for
on
watching.
to the next story because that's it. No, they have failed in their attempts to buy Pro Wrestling Noah.
Oh,
of
I've heard
course.
good things about him. He's a good wrestler.
Oh yeah, good stuff. That he's a really good pro wrestler. That Noah is, but it seems he won't be joining WWE, nor will any of Pro Wrestling Noah's wrestlers, because they were trying to WWE are trying to launch their NXT Japan branch, as we've seen them do with NXT UK and NXT Germany. They're trying to do with WXW. This was supposed to be something along the same lines because they want to branch out into Japan, and the best way to do that is to buy someone who already has a bunch of ties in Japan. Unfortunately, it seems, because Dave Meltzer had been reporting that there was going to be some big news to drop with regards to Japan and wrestling in Japan. Well, it seems that hasn't turned out the way because negotiations between WWE and Pro Wrestling Noah have fallen through. Essentially, they just, I guess, wanted to resist it because basically it's become part of the machine. Might not be quite up their street. But according to reports, they haven't given up WWE yet on launching an NXT Japan. They just unfortunately haven't found anybody who's willing to play with them so far. They could potentially do it by themselves, but it'll be a lot more difficult based on the way the dojo systems work, and that essentially means that people who jumped ship, it will be extremely frowned upon in Japan. There's a whole lot of complicated sort of backlaws in that one. Adam Wilbourn, this is interesting to see, given that WWE just throw money at things and tend to get what they want.
Yeah, a lot of respect for Pro Wrestling Noah. As you said, there's a lot of history in Japanese wrestling and a lot of loyalty and stuff like that, so it's kind of understandable. I've got mixed emotions. You know, we are in the privileged position to know quite a few people who work for NXT UK, guys who used to work on the independent scene in here in Britain, and they seem to be roundly supportive of NXT UK and enjoying their time there. That being said, we've also seen what NXT UK has done to quite a few independent promotions over here. I can understand.
Our own included.
Yeah, including of course, Defiant Wrestling. Yeah, it's probably for the best that they didn't get Pro Wrestling Noah, in my opinion. I think it's all well and good trying to branch out and have all these things, but I think the Japanese scene doesn't need an NXT Japan.
I don't think it needs it per se. Obviously, WWE will want to get their grubby paws into the Japan wrestling scene, but the thing here is that they do have such a vast heritage in the wrestling community there. I don't think they'd want to just give that up. Because imagine WWE's version of New Japan Pro Wrestling, or WWE's version of Pro Wrestling Noah, or WWE's version of any of the other like massive names that are in New Japan. It's not gonna, in New Japan, or in Old Japan, who knows? In Japan in general, it's just not, I don't know, it strikes me as a combination that would work out well for Japanese wrestlers. I mean, just look no further than your likes of Shinsuke Nakamura, then the likes of Asuka, then the likes of Kairi Sane. Did well for them in NXT, but not so great on the main roster.
Yeah, I don't think you need that much of a Western influence over in Japan, to be perfectly honest. But let us know your thoughts in the comments section
Almost
below.
like they're okay doing what they're doing, isn't it?
Exactly. Let's move on and talk about Mike and Maria Kanellis. Of course, Mike Kanellis earlier on this week requested his WWE release, akin to quite a few other wrestlers, how they've done it in terms of just tweeting out, "Please let me go," on Twitter. And Maria Kanellis, unlike on WWE TV, has been very supportive of her husband.
Well.
She took to Twitter and Instagram. She retweeted Mike's statement with the words, "I love and support you always." And she wrote on Instagram, get ready, this is a 10-point list. Number 1, family first. Number 2, I love and support my husband. Number 3, I make no apologies for either of my pregnancies. Of course, some people suggesting that's maybe why the Kanellises could be getting punished.
Yeah.
Number 4, Mike never went to rehab, nor did WWE pay for it. Number 5, Mike's addiction was from about September 2013 to July 2017. Number 6, we debuted in June 2017, just to clarify, you know, those allegations or accusations or whatever you want to call it. Number 7, he never took time off. Number 8, I have not asked for my release. Number 9, you can unfollow me at any time if you don't like what I stand for. Number 10, socket.
Boom!
P.S. Have a nice day.
All right, that's a can't do gimmick infringement at the end of all that.
Indeed. But it's nice to see, obviously, her supporting her other half.
It is.
But it's also good to see her clarifying stuff because there's so much speculation online about the reason why not only Mike wants his release, but the way that they've been booked. Because, I mean, it's a crap storyline, isn't it?
It's not good. I mean, it hasn't been good from the very beginning. The small glimmer of hope when Maria won the belt, the 24/7 championship, was interesting. I was intrigued. And then it was gone after a weekend. To be honest, it would fit the bill of WWE perhaps punishing people. I mean, let's be honest, if you're WWE and you've hired them, what have you had from them really, other than Maria got pregnant immediately, Mike, whilst you're saying didn't go to rehab on the company's dime or anything like that, he still wasn't able to wrestle. Whether it was self-imposed or not, he wasn't available because he was dealing with his personal issues. So in the first year and a bit, they haven't really had much from either of them.
My thing is it's all well and good with all those issues that they've had, and I admit it, but Maria's a separate thing, and I think you can't punish, it's literally illegal to punish your employees for getting pregnant. And she's worked it into a storyline brilliantly. It's just you that's booked it really badly. And Mike Kanellis had this amazing sort of recovery story that you could have covered, and he just went, yeah, he's back from addiction. Job him out on Monday Night Raw, probably.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. It must be hard if you're them and you're looking at all the components that you have for potentially what could be good storylines, good storytelling. If you use it correctly, you could make something of it. And much like every wrestler on that show, they've got to find what their little thing is and try and turn it up to 11. And I'm not saying being pregnant is Maria's thing, but if that's some sort of storyline you want to use in that department, then the ball's right there. But
it's just so frustrating because when they debuted and they had that so brilliantly annoying theme, and they had that weird feud with Sami Zayn, they seem to be set up for the sort of perfect heels who aren't heels that you love. You're just like, oh, piss off, snogging each other's face off. Yeah. But it's WWE's fault, in my opinion. They should have booked them far better. And if Mike wants his release, yes, he signed a 5-year contract. They both did. Just let him go. I think, I don't think AEW is going to be clamouring for someone like Mike Kanellis.
Is Mike Kanellis going to go away and become the best wrestler in the world?
No,
it's the way you got to
But he's not suggesting that he wants to go off and make shed loads of money in AEW. He just wants to be able to go and wrestle.
Yeah, and I've read the statement. You can't whack the guy's statement. He obviously just wants to wrestle. There's nothing wrong with that.
I saw Alvarez reporting the last time he worked a house show. It was ages ago as well. So let him go. Anyway, let's move on.
That's probably the fascinating part, is that he hasn't even worked house shows. You think that's madness. Anyway, it's almost like they haven't got a super good handle on how to deliver a good product to get people to watch the show. And that has been backed up statistically this week because once again, WWE Raw ratings have dropped, and not even, Adam Wilbourn, a WWE draft could help save them this time round.
Because it was crap.
It was absolutely garbage. This, again and again. Seth Rollins again and again. Anyway, whole other kettle of fish. This week it said they drew 2.279 million viewers, which sounds like a lot of people, but it's actually down from last week's number of 2.334 million, which is a 2.35% decrease. Obviously now, as usual, the usual caveats apply. They were up against the NFL. That was a lovely match between two teams who happen to be the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers. I don't really get myself in there.
Cheeseheads.
I tried my best.
I think Packers are the cheeseheads.
But either way, whoever they are, they're getting 13 million viewers, which is not a number to be shaked at when compared to WWE's 2 point something. However, obviously they're kind of putting it on that, but you'd like to think that at least making the draft as interesting as possible would have perhaps suggested they could have got some sort of little ratings bump. It doesn't seem to have been reflected.
No, because no one drafted. They just said, you've been drafted to Raw. I'm already on Raw. Congratulations.
Well done for staying on the show you're on already. Again, something. Like, not even a little, any surprise. No, let's just move on. It's not even worth talking about. It's rubbish.
Speaking of the draft, though, the draft subsequent to the draft may have saved Monday Night Raw because it is officially... Where's my notes here?
It goes.
Iconic!
Boom.
Billy Bloody Kay, Peyton Bloody Royce are on Monday Bloody Night Raw.
There it is.
Not officially announced this, but some sleuths have looked online and seen they have now both listed on the Raw roster page on the WWE website. Also pointing out that Sarah Logan and Dana Brooke will be staying on Monday Night Raw or have been drafted there, depending on how WWE want to word it. Whilst Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, inexplicable that Mandy or Sonya didn't get drafted, in my opinion,
I know.
will be staying on SmackDown. Now, WWE will probably confirm these picks soon. I saw this reported on WrestlingInc.com, loads of other wrestling websites.
Somebody say Phil.
Phil!
Hey, Phil!
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
This could only mean we have some
I
breaking
know, right?
news.
And what a perfect time for me to come in. But WWE's The Bump YouTube show.
Oh, the worst YouTube show,
where
yeah.
we get all our scoops at the minute, where they announce things about Hell in a Cell and things about the draft, apparently. They have confirmed that No Way Jose, Mojo Rawley, Sarah Logan, Peyton Royce and Billy Kay, and Zack Ryder and Court Hawkins are all going to Raw.
Right.
And Luke Harper, Cesaro, Sonya Deville, Mandy Rose, Dana Brooke, and Drake Maverick are all going to SmackDown.
So they've split up. They've definitely split up Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. They're on different shows.
Yeah, absolutely. Enjoy that. Goodbye.
Thanks, Phil.
Thanks, Phil.
You just got filled in.
Right, let's move on to our final story of the day, because there's some exciting
God.
news coming out of SmackDown.
There is some exciting news coming out of SmackDown. I know we've just completely slated the draw pretty much there and had to have Phil fly in on a small... Why did it do this? On a small... Like, the bump, I get it. Make the bump a product that people go and watch, essentially.
I'm never, ever going to watch The Bump.
I would say you should every now and again. For the little bits, the good bits. There's some real bad stuff on there. Real bad stuff. And our live streams are way better. You should watch them on WhatCulture's YouTube channel. But that is not the point. The point here is that there are still some little tidbits. What were they called?
Oh, sorry. Oh, I got it!
That was I got it.
I was going to say
They're just going to throw it away. They are obviously on a show now, which is good news for them, I guess. It's always good news. But Daniel Bryan has also been drafted to SmackDown.
Yeah, it's become eco-friendly on Friday nights. In fact, he was already there.
He's already there. But someone has been keeping a close eye on who's been going where, because Mr. Drew Gulak has fired out a tweet that basically said to Daniel Bryan, welcome to SmackDown, #SmackDown on Fox. So a little bit of intrigue there. You think, ooh, that's a good little tweet. Well, Daniel Bryan has replied to that tweet and said the following. He said, I love Drew Gulak's hard-nosed mat style and have been wanting to wrestle him for years. With all the shake-ups in WWE, maybe now is our chance. #Gulak versus Bryan, SmackDown on Fox. Now, I don't know about you, but that's probably just going to be a boring match, that isn't it? Like nobody's going to care about that match, and it's going to be completely.
Can't wait till...
What are we talking about? That is a fantastic match. That ultimately, I'm amazed. It must have happened before, surely, on the independent scene. Apparently not, according to that tweet from Daniel Bryan. If it has, let us know in the comments down below. But that is a match that I would be more than happy to watch over and over again, because you've just got two masters of mat wrestling who want to just go at it and completely twist each other into knots and do some really nasty looking submissions. And what else can you ask for? We saw a great match at the start of this year between Drew Gulak and Matt Riddle that was very similar, using styles perhaps that we might not have seen previously from either man, really getting into that wrestling history, wrestling background. This would surely be no different.
I've said this a million times. The problem with WWE isn't the pro wrestling, aside from the fact that Vince McMahon hates pro wrestling. So for this, just have them wrestle. Don't need any bollocks storyline going into it. Just say, all right, it's SmackDown on Fox, and Daniel Bryan and Drew Gulak fancy having a fight. They said it on Twitter. There you go.
Showcase wrestling. What? Just like, if you're not going to bother telling good stories, just don't tell any stories.
For the last 10 years.
Yeah, just don't tell any stories. Just put them in a match, and I'll be happy in the short term, because apparently that's the best kind of memory.
But of course, WWE don't let us have nice things. So look forward to either them not putting that match on or giving it 5 minutes. So what's the point? I've lost all will to live. Okay, let us know your thoughts on that and all of today's news stories in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
How is it that you have lost it all, and I'm totally, at this point in time, just like, yeah, I'm okay.
I don't know.
We don't know.
Make sure you subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling on either iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts from. And you can send us Twitter questions at WhatCulture WWE. You can follow him at...
It's Adam Nicholas, and you can follow this very jaded, very broken man at...
Adam Wilbourn. You can follow the guy who filled you in at Phil My Chambers as well. And you can follow us all, as I said, at WhatCulture WWE. My thanks to Adam Nicholas and to Phil Chambers. Thank you for watching, and we will see you soon.